Okay, it's redirecting to Facebook. Says we are live. So let me check to see if it's shown back up. Okay, ladies. So welcome to Josh the Baby Otter, Water Safety Experience, presented by CARD-USF and the USF Health Service Corps. So CARD is the Center for Autism and Related Disabilities at USF. We provide free services for individuals on the autism spectrum, their families, their employers, and people in their community to help them live, work, play, and learn. And we provide services in 14 counties. Our counties go from Hillsborough County down to Lee, over to Hendry Glades, up to Polk County. We also include Manatee and Sarasota. And there are 7 CARD centers statewide. Everyone who is a resident of the state of Florida has a CARD center that provides services in their area. We will share these links to our CARD resources in the chat area. Next, I want to present to you Ellen Kent from the USF Health Service Corps.
Good evening. My name is Ellen Kent, and I coordinate our USF Health Service Corps program. And the beauty of our program is that we create opportunities for our USF Health students from the different academic and training programs in medicine, nursing, pharmacy, public health, physical therapy, and physician's assistant programs. We create opportunities for our students to go out in the community and volunteer together. Now, normally in the summertime, our wonderful students and I help out our friends and colleagues with CARD and Safe Kids and other community partners at different events out in the community, like Surface for Autism, back to school health fairs, at malls, etc. However, this summer, because of COVID, we cannot go out to these public events. So we've decided to be creative, and we've designed these virtual safety lessons via Zoom. So we hope that everyone will enjoy this safety lesson tonight about Josh the Otter and water safety. And this safety lesson is being led by 2 of our wonderful medical students, Ariana and Hannah. In fact, this is their very first day of their 2nd year of Morsani College of Medicine. And now I want to hand it over to our wonderful medical students, Ariana and Hannah. Thank you both so much.
So just remember that Josh, the baby otter, says to never swim alone. And he also says that we should learn to float or swim. Always obey all the rules on the signs at the pool or the body of water where you are swimming, whether it be a beach or a home pool or a recreation center. This is one of the leading causes of unintentional injury and death. A personal flotation device can help save a life. Josh the Otter says, learn how to float, never swim alone. If someone needs help in the water, reach and throw Always remember safety first. If you're boating, always wear your life jacket. Be safe around the water with Josh the Otter. Water can be fun, but only when we are all together. Always swim with a buddy. Are you seeing the slides, Ariana?
No, it's still on the welcome slide. Sorry, I posted it in the chat, but I don't know if you saw it.
No, I don't have the chat open.
We could try one of us sharing the slides and seeing if that works.
Okay,
I could try to.
just make sure you hit connect your computer sound.
Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Perfect.
Go to the 5th slide.
Perfect. There we go. Oops. Is this good?
Yes.
Okay.
Ellen, would you like to share about the program?
Would you like me to describe Service Corps again?
Yes.
Okay, great. Good evening. My name is Ellen Kent, and I'm the coordinator for our USF Health Service Corps program. Our USF Health Service Corps program is designed to enable our wonderful USF Health students who are studying in programs in medicine, nursing, public health, physician assistants, pharmacy, and physical therapy to go out and volunteer together in the community. So normally in the summertime, our students and I have the pleasure and privilege to volunteer with our friends from CARD and Safe Kids and other community groups. And we go out to events at malls, we do Surfers for Autism, and our students help to teach kids and their parents what they can do to stay safe in the summer. This year, because we cannot go out in the community due to COVID-19, what we've decided to do is we've created these exciting virtual safety lessons. So we hope that everyone will enjoy this safety lesson this evening. And now I am going to introduce our two excellent volunteers for this evening's session, and their names are Ariana and Hannah, and they are literally both starting their first week of their second year of medical school. Thank you so much, Ariana and Hannah, for joining us tonight. And now I'll hand it over to Ariana and Hannah.
So Josh the Otter says to never swim alone and always learn to float. Learn to float or swim.
Okay, so now we're gonna read the Josh the Baby Otter story once we get that link pulled up. Again, my name is Ariana and I'm a second year med student.
Yeah, she works with.
Double click the arrow, the play button. It should have primed the
I
video.
was talking to my mom too. I was kind of watching her meeting. She's going.
Does it work in presentation?
Yeah, they can see everything.
I could pull it up online maybe. I don't think this link is gonna work for me. So if you just give me a moment. Sorry about this, everyone. Oh, this is it. Okay, can you guys all see that?
No.
You have to share your screen.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh, okay, I went off of it. There we go. Oh, that was the wrong. Okay, I see. There we go.
Yay, Josh the Baby Otter.
Yeah, there we go. Sorry about that, everyone. We got it now.
All right, so this is Josh the Baby Otter, a tale promoting water safety for children. So it's a bright sunny morning, the water is sparkling, and a raft of otters are very excited. There's a new baby otter named Josh. Alex the otter swims over to the new baby's mother and says, "He's cute. What's his name?" "His name is Josh," says Claire. "I like that name. Can he play with my buddy Austin and me?" asks Alex. "It'll be a while because he needs to learn to float. This will help him become a good swimmer. Then he can play with you guys." "Everyone should learn to float," says Josh's mother. "Why?" asks Alex. "When we get tired or the water gets too rough, we can just roll on our backs, look up at the sky, and float." One of the very first things otters teach their babies is how to float. This keeps them safe in the water. "I don't remember learning to float," says Alex. "That's because you learned when you were very young," says Claire. "Was it hard to learn?" asks Alex. "Actually, you learned quickly, and until you learned, you were always with an adult. You practiced a lot while we held and supported you," says Claire. "Soon you could float all on your own, but someone was always by your side. You should never, ever float or swim alone. Even when you're a good swimmer, make sure an adult is nearby, and you should always swim with a buddy. Austin and I always swim together," said Alex. "Can we be Josh's swimming buddies?" "That would be nice. Thank you for asking," replies Claire. Alex hears his mother calling, "It's time for dinner." "Can I bring Austin later to see Josh?" asks Alex. "Sure," says Josh's mother. "You are always welcome." Alex swims off. "See you later," he says. "See you later," says Claire. Here comes Alex and Austin. "Hi, Claire," says Alex. "Hi, boys," says Claire. "You're right, Alex. He is cute," says Austin. "Can he play with us?" "Oh, not yet," says Claire. "He's just finishing floating lessons. Would you like to help?" "That would be great," says Alex. "I'm getting ready to let Josh float all on his own. Can you two float next to him and hold his paws?" "Sure," says Alex. Austin is a little scared. "It's okay. I will be right here the whole time," says Claire. Claire slowly floats away while Alex and Austin hold Josh's paws. "Yeah," says Alex. "He's floating by himself," yells Austin. "Now that he's floating, he can learn to swim," says Claire. "Would you like to help me with that too?" "Oh, yes," they say excitedly. "We can begin tomorrow. Be here bright and early and we will get started." Alex and Austin are very excited and swim off to tell their parents. "See you in the morning," says Austin. "Thanks, Claire," says Alex. "You're welcome. See you tomorrow." Even though they don't remember learning, Alex and Austin remember that it's important to try new things. Floating is the first thing you should learn if you want to be in the water. With a few lessons and time, you can learn to float like Josh. Remember to always stay away from water unless you're with an adult. We want you all to be safe, just like Josh.
Okay, so now I believe Josh might make an appearance with us. But if not, we can do the pledge. Since we don't have Josh the Otter coming, I will do the pledge. Okay. So if everyone could raise their right hand, and we're going to say this pledge together. So repeat after me. I promise to be
I promise to be
a good son or daughter.
a good son or daughter.
I promise to get
I promise to get
an adult when I go
an adult when I go
near the water.
Near the water.
This will keep me safe,
This will keep me safe,
like Josh the Baby Otter.
like Josh the Baby Otter.
Okay. Now there's the song. And if Josh is not appearing until then, we could go on ahead and start with the song too, and maybe he'll make an appearance after.
Josh is on the screen.
Yeah, he's here.
Oh, okay, he's here. Awesome. I'll get this off then.
Hey, Josh.
Hello, Josh. Wow, Josh made an appearance. And he wasn't able to take the pledge with us, but maybe he could do the song and dance with us that Ariana will lead. So I'll screen share again. Okay.
All right, while she pulls that up, during the song, they're going to say, learn to float many times. And every time they say that, we're going to put our hands like this and we're going to lean back just like we're floating in the water. So it'll make it for a fun little dance and a catchy tune.
Okay, are we ready for the song? Can you hear that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, great.
If you're a good son or daughter, be safe when you are in the water. You can be like Josh the Otter. Learn to float, learn to float. When it is hot and swimming weather, it's fun when we can float together. If you're heavy as lead or light as a feather, learn to float. Learn to float. You can roll up on your back and look up at the sky. Very soon you'll get the knack. It's easy if you try. When it is cold or if it's hotter, if you are doing what you oughta, in the swimming pool or in the bath water, learn to float. Learn to float. Even though you splash and splash, you'll soon sail like a boat. But for now, just think of Josh and you'll learn how to float. So please take care when you are wetter. Remember when you are a treader, learn to float your to float. Learn 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 to float.
Great job, everyone.
Good job, everyone. Okay, now I'll stop sharing the screen. There we go, and we will go back to the slides. So I'm going to have some fun facts for everyone, and you could watch Josh while I talk about the fun facts, and then I'll have some questions that we can answer. So let me share the PowerPoint again. All right. So let's see, put that down a little bit. Okay. So here's some fun facts. Did you know that there are 13 different otter species around the world? That's a lot of otters. So Josh is just one of 13 different types of otter species. That's crazy. Did you also know otters live on every continent except Australia and Antarctica? And it's probably because Antarctica is a little bit too cold for Josh. Did you know that otters can live on both the land and the water? So just like us, otters like to stay on land, but they also like to go for a swim. Did you know otters have been around for nearly 5 million years? Did you also know that otters are social and they enjoy playing with each other just like us? And they especially like to play with each other in the water. So that's why it's important for them to learn how to float, just like it is for us. Did you know that otters are one of the few animals that use tools? And this doesn't mean like hammers, but they can make tools out of trees or branches or anything in their environment in order to help them survive. So they're really smart. So I'm going to now go over some safety scenarios. And just since I can't see what the audience is saying, I am just going to answer the questions for everyone. But you can think about what you would answer and then compare it to my answer. And so we have 8 questions. Question number 1. You notice someone struggling to swim in a nearby lake. What do you do? So, a lake, everyone, and they're struggling. They could be throwing their arms in the air, they could be paddling hard, they might even be calling out for help. If you notice someone doing that, what I personally would do is if I was a child, I would go get my parents or an adult near me and I would say, hey, they're struggling to swim. However, if there's no adults around or if it would take too long, I would yell to them, hey, here's how to float. And I would show them, just like we did in the video, how to float. I would lay on my back and I'd have my arms up so they would know that they could float. Everyone is capable of floating, so that would help them a lot. Second question. A friend asks you to go boating, but says life jackets or personal flotation devices are only for weak swimmers and you don't need to wear one. What would you do? So what I would do is I would tell them that I'm a very good swimmer. However, I still need to wear a life jacket and they should too. And that's not because you're a bad swimmer or that you're a weak swimmer. It's just because in a lake or even the ocean, we don't know where the rip currents are. We don't know how the tides are. So we just don't know. We could fall off the boat and go into the water and then get swept up by a current. And so it's very good if we have a life jacket on to help us. Even if you're the best swimmer in the world, you should always wear a life jacket when you're boating in a lake or in the ocean. Number 3, from slippery surfaces to the presence of chemicals, water is not the only safety issue around the pool. What are some tips to ensure the safety of yourself and others? So some tips that I have are that if there's water, you obviously should not run. And I was a lifeguard for 5 years and I pretty much every single day had to blow my whistle at someone because they were running around the water. So that's our first safety issue. However, we don't often think of chemicals. So as a lifeguard, you use chemicals to clean the pool and to also check the pool water levels. And so sometimes lifeguards could leave these out accidentally, and they're very dangerous and harmful if you were to touch them or ingest them. And so that's why if I saw chemicals and I was not a lifeguard, I would go tell the nearest adult or lifeguard. So whether that be your parents or just any adult, I would just say, hey, that thing over there looks suspicious. I don't know what it is, but I think you should take care of it. And so then they can handle it properly. What you don't want to do is you don't want to go over there and try to look at it or try to touch it because we don't know what it is. It could be harmless, but there's also a good chance it could be harmful, and we don't want to risk that. The fourth question. You see a bunch of kids diving in the shallow end of the local community swimming pool. What do you do? Would you A, go dive with them in the shallow end? Would you B, tell a lifeguard or an adult? What I would do is I would do B. I would go tell a lifeguard or an adult. What could happen is they could hit their head, even if they think they're a good diver and they won't hit their head. They could hit their head and they could get a concussion or even worse. And so you don't want to join them. You want to immediately tell a lifeguard or an adult. And you also, even before you tell a lifeguard or an adult, you want to tell them to stop. And then if they don't listen to you, then you tell a parent or a lifeguard. Question number 5. We're halfway there. Everyone's doing great. You're having a lot of fun swimming in your pool with friends when suddenly you hear the roar of thunder and see lightning in the distance. What do you do? So this is very relevant right now because I actually believe there is thunder and lightning outside as I speak. And so this would be a horrible time to go swim. And even if there was just lightning or just thunder and not the two together, it still would be an awful time to swim. And that's because lightning can hit the pool and it's very attracted to water, and then that could lead to a very, very bad situation for you. You could get struck by the lightning if you're in the pool. And so whenever there is lightning or thunder, as the lifeguard, I immediately blow my whistle. Everyone has to get out of the pool and stay out of the pool for at least 30 minutes after the last lightning or thunder. So if it keeps lightning and thundering, the 30 minutes starts all over again. And we do that because lightning and thunder can stop and start a little bit. So we just want to make sure that there's movement happening before we let people in the water to keep you safe. However, if it's just raining and there's no thunder or lightning, you're fine to swim as long as the lifeguard says so. So number 6, in the event of an emergency where you must call 911, what are the most important tips to keep in mind? So that's a really hard question, especially if you're a kid and you're not sure what to do. And maybe you don't even have a phone to call 911. So if you don't have a phone or any way to call 911, you'd immediately tell a parent or an adult or a lifeguard, hey, can you call 911? This is what happened. In the meantime, what you don't want to do is you don't want people to crowd around the person, whatever's happening. You want people to stay away from the situation. They might be curious, they might come over and try to take a peek, but you really want to get them out of the area. And what you also want to do is you want to keep the scene safe. And so that means there could be objects lying around, maybe even dangerous objects. Maybe they were eating and they dropped a knife by them. You want to get all of those dangerous objects out of the way of the situation so that no one else gets hurt or the person involved does not get hurt even more. And I already said this, but make sure you tell an adult or a parent or a lifeguard about the situation as soon as you notice it. Okay, question number 7. In your opinion, what are the most important safety rules that should be enforced when going swimming? So I can tell you as a lifeguard what the safety rules are that everyone always seems to break. And these are also some of the most important safety rules. So please don't break them. or I will have to blow my whistle at you, but really I just do it for your own safety. So a huge one is not running by the pool. I'd say every single day of the summer I would have to blow my whistle and tell someone to stop running by the pool. Pools can get really slippery depending on what the floor is made of, and you could slip and fall and hurt yourself, and then you'd have to go home and you wouldn't get to go swim, and that's no fun. So please don't run by the pool. Another good tip is that if you are not the strongest swimmer or you're not sure if you're great at swimming, do not jump off of the diving board, because the diving board is always in the deep end, and if you can't swim, there's no way you're going to be able to get back to the other side from the diving board. And I've actually had to save a couple people because they jumped off the diving board and then remembered, oh wait, I can't swim. And so don't think just because there's a diving board there that it'll make you automatically know how to swim. The third tip I have is not to drink the pool water. So a lot of kids like to do this as a dare, daring their friends to drink the water or pretending to drink the water. Please don't do that, because not only does the pool have a bunch of yucky chemicals in it and also bugs and insects, but it also could have a lot of bacteria. And as a medical student and a future doctor, there's a lot of gross bacteria that lives in water, even if it has chlorine in it. And so you just want to be careful and not to assume that the water is clean, because it's probably actually not. And you wouldn't want to have to go to the hospital with an infection. Okay, we have no. This is our last question. One more question. List all areas around the home, ranch, or farm where you can find water and precautions you should take. So a lot of you might live near a pool, or you have a pool at your house. I already told you what to do and what not to do at a pool, but if you are home, make sure that you only swim if there's an adult around you and watching. So even if you think you're a good swimmer, if you're going to go in the pool, make sure that someone else knows you're going in the pool and that someone's there to at least keep an eye on you outside, so that they know you're safe and that you feel safe. Okay, and then otherwise, especially this summer, a lot of you probably have gone to a nearby lake or maybe even the ocean. And I talked a little bit about the lake. We just want to make sure if we're going boating or if we're going to go swim in the lake, we always need to wear a life jacket that's strapped in and that fits us and won't fall off. And even the strongest swimmer should still wear a life jacket. I wear a life jacket every single time at the lake. And I don't wear it in the ocean. However, you could also wear your life jacket in the ocean because of the tides and just how big the ocean is. If it would be a lot safer to wear a life jacket. And what is especially important to keep in mind in the ocean is to not swim too far out. The ocean's a big place and the tides could carry you out even if you didn't intend to go that far. So try to stay near the coast. And if you stay near the coast, there's less of a chance that you'll accidentally get hit by a boat or a jet ski, which, believe it or not, happens more often than you would think. So it's always good to stay close to the shore and make sure that your parents can always see you. So I think those are all my tips in the pool and in the lake and in the ocean. But if you follow all of those tips, you'll have a great time and you'll be safe.
So before we go to our resources, we want to bring Josh the Otter up.
There we go. Hi, Josh. Josh really likes these tips. Thanks for sharing them, and it's a good story, right, Josh? Did you like it?
Did we miss anything, Josh?
What do you need? What do you need for Josh?
Did we miss any of your tips?
No.
Cool.
All right. You want to tell us about the rest of the tips? Josh is going to say goodbye.
Okay. Bye, Josh.
So CARD has some resources that we're going to share with you. And all of our resources, a link will be put into the comment section for you to be able to follow our resources on safety and other resources that we do have. We do have our autism spectrum and water safety booklets, and it is available both in English and in Spanish. You can download those from our website, and when we get back to public contact, if we're at a public awareness event, you can always pick one up from our tables. Just so that you parents know that there's a lot of Josh the Otter activities and the song all on the Josh the Baby Otter app. You can get it on Google, you can get it in the App Store, you can get it from Microsoft, and you can also get it from Amazon, and it's available for free. CARD also has a water safety bookmark. We always want parents to know that and children to always be with an adult when you're in or around the water. Always swim with a buddy and learn to float. And for parents, we suggest that you follow the 3 C's. And the 3 C's are close and constant supervision, cut out distractions when you're around the water, and become CPR certified. Also on the joshtheotter.org website, they have some coloring pages that you can download for free to reinforce the water safety tips and tools that the kids are learning in regards to water safety. Our next presentation on August 6th will be with the St. Petersburg Fire Department, and it will be fire and home safety. We hope that you will join us. And the Water Watcher badge is available to download from Safe Kids Worldwide. The purpose of the badge is that when you're wearing it, you agree to supervise the children in the water or the open water or the pool and keeping them inside at all times, and that you will not leave the water area without finding an adult to replace you. And so we suggest that you do water watching for 15 minutes at a time. You're not on your cell phone. You're not talking to a neighbor or a friend. You're just watching the kids in the water. And then when your time is up, you pass the water watcher badge to another person, and then that person becomes the water watcher for the next 15 minutes. That way you don't have to miss out on the fun that's occurring at whatever water event you're attending. Just remember that Josh the Baby Otter says to let's stay safe together, whether you're at home, whether you're at the pool or at the beach. And just an FYI, Hillsborough County has some private swim lessons for children with special needs. They are providing a session of 5 private lessons for kids ages 3 to 14 at no cost. The program is offered at any Tampa YMCA or BSAC location nearest you. And these are nationally certified swim instructors that will provide 30-minute private lessons. You must be a resident of Hillsborough County to participate in this. Families interested in the private swim lesson opportunity should contact Aaron Hotchkiss at aaron.hotchkiss@tampaymca.org. In other areas, if you're interested in swim lesson vouchers, contact your local Safe Kids Coalition, your local YMCA, and also your local city pools, because there are lots of initiatives out there for private swim lessons and swim lessons in general. We just want to thank you for participating in this Josh the Otter water safety event this evening. Again, it was presented by CARD. the Center for Autism and Related Disabilities at USF of South Florida. And you can reach out to us at any time. We enjoy it, and we hope you will join us next week for home and fire safety. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, students. Good luck with your second year of med school.
Thank you.